Hello, welcome to the Harper College Massage Therapy Program and Career Overview video. My name is Jeremy Miller. I am the Massage Therapy Program Coordinator at Harper College and also a licensed massage therapist myself. I'll be guiding you through this little video and journey, and if you have any questions, I would be the point of contact at Harper College to find out more information about massage therapy or the massage therapy program. All right, so here's just a quick agenda for this info session. We'll start off just a quick introduction to me so you know a little bit about who I am. We'll talk about what does a massage therapy student study and what kind of classes would you be taking as you go through our program. We'll talk about common workplaces for a massage therapist to be employed and apply their trade. Talk about a common or typical work day for a massage therapist and what that might look like. The career outlook for massage therapy from data that we have from the Bureau of Labor Statistics from the government. We'll talk about Harper College's massage therapy program and the specifics of what you'd be looking at if you come to Harper for your massage therapy training. We'll talk about the benefits of choosing choosing Harper for your massage program, and how long does it take? How long does the program take to go through, and when can you start? We'll talk about what you do to get started, just give you a brief overview of that, and then give you contact information for us here at the school if you have further questions and would like to come in. I'll just invite you now. You can come in for a tour. I'd be happy to set that up with you and show you the facilities that you'd be studying in and the rooms and things you'd be learning in. If you'd like to set that up, you can reach me through the contact information that I'll give you at the end of the presentation. So just a quick introduction to me so you know who I am. I'm, again, the Massage Therapy Program Coordinator at Harper College. My contact information is here, and again, I'll give that to you again along with my phone number at the end of the presentation. I've been a practicing massage therapist. I was a practicing massage therapist from 1997 to 2018. I worked as an employee, as an independent contractor, as a business owner, owning my own private practice. I've worked in medical, in the sports field, in fitness centers, as well as corporate settings doing chair massage. I've been teaching massage therapy for over 12 years and teaching full-time since the fall of 2018. I retired from full-time practice in the fall of 2018 and joined the faculty at Harper College, where I now teach full-time and run the program. So what does a massage therapy student study? We study a lot of how the body works, right? The anatomy and physiology, which is really the way that the body is put together and the way that it works, as well as pathology, which is what happens when something goes wrong in the body, right? The study of illness is the definition of pathology, right? So we talk about how the body works and how the body functions when it's not working. We study a lot of a field called kinesiology, which is how muscles work together to create specific movements, right? So if you think about sitting in a classroom and raising your hand to ask a question, kinesiology would answer the question, how do muscles work together to create that movement, right? How do you go from sitting with your arm down at your side to having your hand up in the air to signify that you have a question, right? So what muscles create that movement? So it's important for a massage therapist to know those things, because when a person comes in with a client or a patient comes into your office asking for you to help them to feel better, they're going to say, it hurts when I raise my hand to brush my hair or to brush my teeth, or if I bend down to try to tie my shoes, right? And you, as the massage therapist, as the expert, need to know what muscles create the movement that is giving them the problem, right? So that you know what to try to address to try to help them. So we would look at images like these. We would look at, we would study the muscles, where they attach, what actions these muscles create, what fiber direction the muscles go in, so that when we're working on the patient's body, if we feel fibers going in one direction, we know that it might be this muscle, but if we feel them in the same spot going in a different direction, we know it might be a muscle that lies a little bit deeper, right? And from knowing the anatomy, from knowing the kinesiology of how the muscles work, we're going to know what muscle it is that we need to address. We study a lot about ethics, which is the study of making choices based on what's right for your client, right? And being able to know right from wrong when it comes to making good decisions. We study business, right? How to run a business, how to operate as an employee in a business so that you can keep your job, right? And keep going back to this to be able to do this work that hopefully you will come to love. And then, of course, we learn all the fun stuff, the massage techniques. We do a lot of practicing in class. You're going to be pairing up with different classmates from one class to another, and you'll learn a new technique, and then with you and your partner will go to the massage tables, and you'll practice on them where you're the massage therapist and they're the client, and then you'll switch places and they'll be the massage therapist and you'll be the client, and you'll get to receive that, right? So it's hard to go to school when you have classes where you actually get massage, and it's hard to hate school like that, right? It's a pretty nice benefit when you get to come to school and get a massage pretty much every day. That's a tough schooling to go through, right? So one of the big benefits then of coming to massage school is you get a lot of massage, right? And when you're working in class, you're going to be working on all your different classmates and getting lots of experience putting your hands on different body types, males and females, older and younger, and people who are very muscular and people who are not, right? And because that's going to be the same experience that you're going to have when you get out of school. Is you're going to be putting your hands on a lot of different body types, and you need to get experience with that. And so one of the benefits of coming to massage school, not just is receiving all the work, but also being able to give it to a lot of different people. Oftentimes, you're going to get more than one massage a week as you're coming through school, and I'll tell you from experience, when you go through massage school, you're going to get a lot of massage, right? And it's important that you continue to take care of yourself when you get done with school, and you graduate, and you get your license, and you get out there and get working. It's very easy to just sort of let that drop off, right? But it's important that you take care of yourself and continue to get regular massage, and you can meet up with former classmates and trade. You can go and just get massages yourself and pay for it like a regular client, or you can come back to Harper and help your alma mater out and come to our clinic where you can get massages in the student clinic. You're going to study a field that we call body mechanics. And this is really the secret of how massage therapists who do this professionally are able to do it all day long and not feel like their hands are going to fall off at the end, right? If you've ever given a massage to another person, you may have experienced the very common thing that happens when an untrained person gives a massage, where their hands start to get really tired and really sore after about 5 minutes of doing the work. Right. Well, the reason that happens is because you're not using what we call body mechanics. And body mechanics is standing behind the work that you're doing and leaning into it and putting your pressure, letting the pressure of your body moving do the work for you. Right. So your hands really are just making contact with the client, but it's the shifting of your weight that really puts the pressure on and does the strength and sort of the oomph behind the massage stroke that you're doing. If you're using your hand strength or your arm strength to do the massage, to put the pressure in of the massage, then your hands are going to give out. And a lot of massage therapists get into trouble and sort of physically burn out because they don't pay attention to how they're using their body mechanics and how they're doing the work that they're doing. And so we really spend a lot of time trying to get everybody to understand and to really just get it really ingrained in you at the very early stages of how to do this work so that you're doing it safely for you, right? Because you could be the best massage therapist in the world, but if you're not doing it safely and you can't last in the profession, you're not going to be able to help very many people, right? So some common work sites for massage therapists. Where can you get a job doing this work once you get done? A lot of massage therapists are in private practice. So in other words, they're running their own business. They set their own hours. They get to set their own fees and decide how much they want to charge. There's a lot of benefits to having a private practice, right? It's sort of a dream for many people of not having to drive to an office every day. So in many cases, they work out of their home, or they take a massage table and they go to the client and offer house call massages, right? So private practice is a very legitimate and very profitable way of running a massage therapy practice. There's doing house call sessions, like I mentioned. You can do this for people who just don't want to have to drive to you, or you can do it for clients or patients who are housebound, right? Or maybe bedridden, right? You can do this with clients who are on hospice or who are on, home care, and have medical conditions that require that they are not able to get out of their house, right? So you can offer that as sort of the basis of your business or your practice, or you can just do it on sort of an as needed basis. You can have your own private office where clients come to you, but as needed you can go to clients, right? As sort of a side gig that you go and do. There are tons and tons of jobs in spas and salons. If you want to just be able to go to a facility and do your work and do your massages, right, and not have to worry about any of the marketing and the business side of it and charging the client and collecting the fees and doing your taxes and all that business, right? You can get a job as an employee and have somebody else take care of all that business side of things. And you can just go in and do your work and leave at the end of the day and forget about it, right? Spas and salons are a great way to do that and to be able to just be able to do your work and go home at the end of the day, right? There's lots of other employment opportunities to work as an employee if that's the kind of work that you want to do, but you don't really want to work in a spa or salon. You can do that kind of employee work in a doctor's office. There's tons of jobs for massage therapists working in chiropractic clinics, in rehab and physical therapy clinics, in even hospitals and wellness centers that are connected to hospitals have a lot of jobs for massage therapists that way. Multidisciplinary clinics where they have chiropractic and physical therapy and sometimes a medical doctor or an osteopath oftentimes will have a massage therapist as well. You can work with sports teams. You can work with in fitness centers. You can go and do chair massage. You may have seen people offering chair massage, what they call seated chair massage, in shopping malls or in airports or at fitness expos or health expos. Chair massage is a great way to go out and get your name out there, or it can be the main part of your business, right? That can be the main thing that you'd go and do. You can work on resorts, in resorts or on cruise ships. That's a great place to be able to offer massage. You can make a lot of money doing if you don't have things that are sort of tying you to the land, right? You can go and work on a cruise ship for a couple of months. You don't have any rent to worry about. They feed you. There's really basically they take care of all your room and board. There's no utilities to pay for, right? Basically all your bills are taken care of for the month or 2 or 3 months that you're on the ship, and you just work all the time, right? And you will work all the time, right? You'll be working probably 10 hours a day, and you don't stay in the in the state cabin. You're going to be in a room where you probably share a bunk, or not share a bunk, but you share a room with several bunks in it, where you would be sharing a room with several other employees from the cruise ship. But you don't have really any expenses and you just are making money all the time, right? So that can be a great way to, I've known several massage therapists who've done that, and they work 6 months a year and then they take the other 6 months off, because they make enough money and don't have any expenses to have to worry about, with the time that they spend on the cruise ships. Working in resorts is another great way to use massage therapy as a career and make a pretty nice living at it, right? And there's so many other options, right? These are just the sort of most common work sites that are out there. You can take massage therapy, though, to anything that you are passionate about and have it be the job that you get, right? You can take massage therapy. I went to school. I'll tell you a story. I went to school with a young lady who went through massage school, got her license, and she started working just in a spa, I think, or a salon, and her passion, though, was the ballet. And so she went to the ballet company in the city that she was in, and she started volunteering to work with the performers, the dancers in the ballet company. Well, after a few months, the performers saw the benefit of working with her and saw so much uh, advantage to having her there all the time that the performers actually went to the management of the ballet company and talked the management into hiring her to be the massage therapist for their ballet company. And now 20 years later, she travels all over the world with this ballet company and gets to work on these performers, and she loves it. It's a dream job for her, right? You can do that. Anything that you are passionate about, you can take massage therapy too, and there is a way to offer massage therapy to the people or the babies or the patients or the animals, right? If you have a soft spot in your heart for people with Alzheimer's disease, let's say, you can go to memory care units and offer massage therapy to the patients, and it can help bring down agitation levels. And you can work on the family members that are there who are under just a mountain of stress. You can work on the caregivers, the staff, right, who are under a tremendous amount of stress and strain, right? You can take massage therapy literally to anything and have it anything that you're passionate about and have it be your job, right? And if you're persistent and you know what you want, you can really take this anywhere that you would want to go, right? So the typical day for a massage therapist, usually if you're working full time, if you're doing like hour-long appointments, typically you would see 4 to 6 clients or patients a day. Each client has their own specific goals, right? Which means that you're going to have a lot of variety throughout the day. You're not going to get bored with this. People will come to you for help with pain, with anxiety, muscle spasms, of course, relaxation, right? Sports goals, right? You're going to see potentially a lot of athletes. And you get to help people feel better, right? That's your job, is to help people feel better, and you get paid to do it, right? How about that? It's often a very nice sort of setting to work in. It's a quiet setting. There's oftentimes soft music playing, right? It can be actually relaxing to do the work if you're doing it right, or if you're using those body mechanics that we talked about a minute ago. If you're using that correctly and doing it accurately and well, right, it can actually be relaxing to give a massage. And so you get to do that for a living, right? All right, so let's talk about the career outlook for massage therapy. If you get into this profession, how are things going to shape up for you according to the best information that we have to date? So, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is the governmental agency at the federal level that is charged with looking at all of the employment data and wage data and demand and all of that as far as figuring out what the job outlook for different professions is. The median pay for massage therapists in the United States, and this is across the entire United States, in 2021, which is the most recent data that we have as I make this presentation, the median wage is $46,910. Now that is up from just a couple of years ago. When I first started doing these videos, it was down in the 42, 43 range. So this has gone up over just the last couple of years, quite a bit. And again, this is the median pay, which is a statistical number that says if you stack up, let's say, I'll just make up a number, 100 different people's wages, and you put them in order based on the top earner makes the top earner amount is at the very top of the list, and the least amount that a person makes is at the bottom of the list. And so you have them in order like that. The one right in the center, right between, so there's as many as there above as there are below, right? That's the median pay. So that number for all of the wages of massage therapists in the entire United States is this 46,910. Now, when we drill down a little bit into the data and we look at specifically the Chicago northwest suburbs area where Harper College is, right? The region is Chicago out to Naperville and up to Elgin, and that sort of triangle. That number, the median pay, is 56,880, right? So we're actually making about just over 10,000, almost $10,000 more than the national median pay. So 56,880 works out to about 27.35 an hour, right? So that's pretty good. That's pretty good money. So the job outlook, they also look at the number of employment opportunities that they are projecting, and they do this over a 10-year period. And it's usually it's a 10-year period, but it is usually back a year or two. So the most recent data that we have currently, as I'm making this video, is for 2020 to 2030 for that 10-year span. And employment is projected to grow for massage therapists 32%. Now that sounds like a big number, right? That's almost a third again, however, how many jobs there are currently, right? But when you look at, and it's hard to, sort of gauge that though, if you don't know, like me, anything about employment data, right? So 32 sounds like a good number, but what does that mean? They rate the numbers, right, as far as being faster or much faster than average, or about average, or slower or much slower. They say that this is much faster than average. And when we look at what is the overall employment projection for all occupations, that number is 8%. For that same 10-year period, 2020 to 2030, that number is 8%, right? So we're 4 times faster growing in massage therapy than the average for all occupations in the United States. So this is looking pretty good, right? So if you wanted to dig into this information yourself, you certainly can do that. The link is here. It's also on the last slide. We'll give you some references on the last slide of this presentation that'll give you this thing again. But if you just go to Google or Bing or whatever search engine you like and type in BLS and then the letters OOH, which is Occupational Outlook Handbook, and then massage, so BLS OOH massage, it'll bring you to this page. And there's lots of other good information on this page as well. But this is where we get this data from. So overall, we're looking pretty good, right? 32%, $56,000, over $56,000 here in our Chicagoland area. We're looking pretty good. In the age of COVID, this is the really good news. There have been a lot of massage therapists who have left the field. Now that's not good news, but the good news is for you looking at joining the massage therapy profession. Because the demand is way up and the number of massage therapists that are out there to supply that demand is way down, right? As we come out of COVID, right, the world is coming out of this shell that we've been in, right? And people have been so starved for touch, even if they stayed healthy through all of COVID, right? Which is a big if. They've been so starved for touch that the need for good professional skilled contact is that the demand for that is way up. So the demand is up. At the same time, the supply of skilled therapists is way down, right? So normally in the laws of supply and demand, one drives the other, right? If they're like, you can think of them kind of like magnets, right? They kind of repel each other. So if the demand goes up, the supply typically goes down. If the supply goes up, the demand usually goes down. Well, in this case, both of those are going in the direction of being a good thing for people who are coming into the profession, right? Demand is way up independently of supply also being way down, right? So they're actually driving each other further apart. So as a person like yourself coming into this profession, this is a great time to become a massage therapist, right? So it's a good time to be a supplier, right? You think about like at the holidays, there's always like one or two hot new toys, right, that are out there, and how much the price gets jacked up because the demand for it is so high and the supply is so low. That's sort of the situation we're in right now. You're sort of the hot new toy with this situation, and so the job outlook and the median wage, that's only going to be going up, over the next couple of years, because this is it's a time. I've been in the profession, almost 25 years or 26 years, and it is, I've never seen a time like this. So it's a great time to be coming into this profession. All right, so let's talk about the massage therapy program at Harper College, and what is sort of unique about our program. Our program consists of 24 college credit hours. So by graduating from our program, you would graduate with a transcript that says you have 24 college credits. In the massage therapy profession, we typically don't look at college credits for education. We look at what they call the clock hours, which is just the number of hours that you sit in class. If you go to class for a 3-hour class, that's 3 clock hours. So every state gets to decide how many clock hours an applicant needs in order to apply for a license and qualify for that. And here in Illinois, that magic number of clock hours for a massage therapy license is 600. So our program, the Department of Education, says that you can't be above that number that is the minimum number for the state requirement. And so our clock hour number is 600 clock hours. We have full-time and part-time class options, as we'll talk about here shortly. And that's classes that meet during the day for the full-time and evenings and weekends for the part-time program. The full-time program takes 3 semesters to do. It starts in the fall and ends at the end of the summer. And the part-time program takes 4 semesters. So it starts in the spring, and you go spring, summer, fall, and then the following spring, and then you graduate. Typically, it's about the middle of May for that part-time program. The program that we have is set up to prepare you for the licensure exam. So the steps becoming a licensed massage therapist are: you go to school and graduate. Step number 1. Step number 2 is to apply for and take and pass the national licensing exam. And then step number 3 is to apply to the state where you want to get licensed and get your license. So you go to school and graduate, take and pass the licensing exam, and then apply for your state license. Our program includes a great deal of hands-on training with real-world clients. We have a massage therapy clinic that we operate out of our school, and the practitioners in the clinic are the students of our program. So this is giving you, if you're one of our students, you get real-world experience working on clients with real stuff going on in their body, real pathologies that they're dealing with, taking real medications, and having real, issues with orthopedic, conditions and pain and stress and all the things that real world clients are going to have that you're going to see out in the world as a professional therapist, you're going to see in our clinic. But the difference is you'll, in the clinic setting in the school, you'll have the support of trained faculty who are themselves licensed massage therapists with lots of experience. That training in the clinic and that experience looks great on a resume. You're going to come out of school with roughly 7.5 months of practical hands-on experience working with clients, and that's something that a lot of employers really appreciate about our graduates. Speaking of faculty, we have 5 faculty members in our faculty team with a combined overall practice, number of years of experience of that's well over 80 years of combined practical experience that we bring to the teaching that we do. And we have a very clinically based program. Your education with that can take you to any kind of work setting that you feel called to, right? Whether it is a spa or salon or a fitness center or working with athletes, working with patients who have cancer or Alzheimer's disease, or having your own private practice and running your own business. Our program is designed to help you feel confident and prepared to step into any setting that massage therapists would work in and be able to succeed in that setting, is the way that our program is kind of geared. Just about any massage program in the country is going to teach you how to do a full body relaxation massage in their first semester or their first module, and ours does too. And then from there, different schools are going to go off into different directions. Some schools go into energy work and healing touch. Other schools go more a route of focusing on sports massage. Our program focuses more on clinically based massage therapy techniques, things like trigger point therapy, myofascial release, cross-fiber friction, things that you would be able to utilize in a very clinical setting like a chiropractic office or a PT clinic, and be able to use those skills confidently with a referral from a doctor. Or you can scale that back and sort of rein in your skills a bit and be able to just provide relaxation massage and have all the wonderful benefits that that come along with that. That carries sort of a whole cascade of physiologic changes that can be very beneficial for the body. So so all of those skills you're going to come out of our program with very well versed in, and be able to step in, like I said, step into any setting that you feel called to work in, and do so confidently. This is what the map looks like. So New York and Nebraska are still colored red because they still have their 1,000 hours, but you have 8 other states that you would also now not be eligible to get licensed in. So these states are they're below the 768 hours that we have currently, but they're above what we're going to have in the 600-hour program. So so these are states where you would not be eligible to get a license if you were to graduate from the 600-hour program. So it's a lot less flexible in terms of where you would potentially be able to move to, after you have after you've graduated. So again, same little sort of caveats apply. Graduating from school is not a guarantee of licensure, and because there's other things that go into it. You have to pay a fee, and you have to, in many cases, pass a background check, and you have to do so in some states you have to do a hands-on, like an actual hands-on massage as part of the application process, so that they make sure that you basically have the goods to be able to do massage professionally in their state. But the big requirement, the big hurdle, is you have to have graduated from a school that has enough clock hours to meet their minimum number. So again, the states that are colored green here, even in the 600-hour program, you would be eligible to get a license in. So why choose Harper College's massage therapy program? What sets us apart? So we have accreditation, which shows that there is stability of both the institution, the Harper College institution itself, as well as our massage therapy program. So we have what's called institutional accreditation, which is through an accrediting agency called the Higher Learning Commission, or HLC. And then we have specific accreditation for our massage therapy program through an accrediting agency called the Commission on Massage Therapy Accreditation, or COMPTA. We're one of only 3 schools, one of only 3 massage therapy programs in the entire state that have this double accreditation, right? For both institutional level accreditation and programmatic accreditation through COMPTA. So we're pretty confident in saying that we have a pretty solid program. In our program, all students get a free student membership to the American Massage Therapy Association, which is the AMTA, which is the oldest professional organization for massage therapists. You get job placement assistance for life by being a Harper graduate, and that's both through, we have a job placement office called the Job Placement Resource Center at Harper, and through my office, through the program coordinator's office, I get calls, typically 2 or 3 calls a week from employers in the Harper College district and area looking for massage therapists. So if I know that you are looking for a job, I'm going to let you know when those employment calls come through. So if you are working a job but you want to look for something else, or if you want to just add on additional hours, with a part-time job somewhere, call and let me know. After you've graduated and got your license, right? Call and let me know that you're looking for another job, and I will put you on my list of people to contact when these job calls come through. You get an enormous set of community college resources, right? So Harper College is a community college set up as an Illinois community college, and you get access to all of the resources that every other student at Harper College gets access to, right? So we have an actual library, right? We have computer labs. We have tutoring available. We have a Subway restaurant as well as a Starbucks on campus, right? We have there are student clubs. There's athletics. You can be on one of the Harper College athletic teams. There's theater. There's social activities. You get a free membership to the brand new, newly renovated wellness center that's on campus. That's free for students. In addition to that, as a massage therapy student, you get one free scheduled massage session in our student massage clinic every month. In addition to that, there is often the opportunity for many more free appointments that come available, because just about every day that the clinic is operating, we get cancellations at the last minute. And our biggest priority with the clinic is to make sure that our students have patients to work with, right? And so if we get a cancellation at the last minute, my very first thing that we do is I come into the classroom and say to whoever's there, is anybody free for a massage from 3 to 4 today, right? Or whatever time the appointment is, right? And if anybody's free, you can come in, and you can't skip class to come in and get a massage in the clinic. But if you don't have class going on and you want to come in and get a session and you don't have anything going on, you can get that session for free as well. So you can schedule one for yourself in advance, one free one a month, but there's often tons of opportunity for other free appointments in addition to that as well. So how long does this program take, and when can I start? So normally we have 2 program structures. We have what we call our full-time program that starts every fall, which is typically August for us, and then we have what we call our part-time program that starts every spring semester, which is the semester that begins in January each year. So for most people, what the decision comes down to is looking at the schedule of when the classes are actually going to meet. So our full-time program schedule has daytime classes, and it meets Monday through Thursday, with classes that again meet during the day. So start in the morning and run into the afternoon most days, and that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you were to do our part-time program schedule, that schedule has classes that meet 2 to 3 evenings per week, plus a longer day on Saturday. So it's kind of our evening weekend setup, and that schedule we'll tell you a little bit more about here in just a second. So with the full-time program, again, it's 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. The classes start as early as 8:30 in the morning and go until as late as 3:30 in the afternoon, and it wouldn't be that long every day, but that's the latest that it would go. And that program, that full-time program, takes 3 semesters to go through from start to finish. So if you start in the fall semester, which again is August, you would go through the fall, which is August through December, have classes in the spring semester, which is January through May, and then the summer semester for our daytime classes goes from May through July, and you would finish, if everything stays on track, you would graduate then typically about the middle of July. So you start towards the end of August and finish up in the middle of July. The part-time program is, again, our evening and weekends. And so that meets 2 to 3 weekday evenings per week, typically Monday and Wednesday, or Tuesday and Thursday, depending on what year it is. We sort of alternate back and forth from one year to the next. And then there's a longer day on Saturday where you would have class on the Saturday as well. So the evening classes typically start as early as 5:30 in the evening and go until 9:30 or 10. Saturday class typically goes 9 in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that program, because it is our part-time program and you don't meet quite as often or for as long, it takes 4 semesters to get through that program. So that, again, starts in our spring semester, which is January, and you go January through May for the spring term. The summer term for our evening weekend program goes a little bit longer than the daytime program, and that goes from May through usually the first or second week of August. Then you have about a week off, and you have class start up for the fall semester, the third term of the program, again in August, and that goes August to December. And then you have about almost a month off, and then you start up the spring semester after all the holidays and everything, and the spring term goes January through May. So if you would start in January of, let's say, 2024, and you would finish up in May at the end of the second spring term would be May of 2025. So that's the sort of the layout of the program, of the part-time schedule. We also offer what we call our unique progression plan, and this is for students who are not able to do 4 days a week in the full-time program, or maybe they can do the 2 evenings a week, but they can't do the Saturday, or some variation of that, right? And so what we do is we blend together classes from the daytime program and the full-time schedule, and evening and weekend classes from the part-time schedule, and we sort of customize and build a schedule specifically for you around your specific scheduling concerns. Now the trick with this is it does take longer to complete based on how the program is set up, how we map out the courses that you need to complete. You still need to complete all the courses, and we still need to pay attention to the prerequisites, right? So you can't take the Anatomy 2 class before you've completed Anatomy 1, and so we still have to pay attention to all of that. But so it does take longer to complete, but it is possible to do this. We've had students who have gone through the unique progression plan and are now licensed and out in the profession who are working. The other caveat to this is we do not recommend this unique progression plan option for everybody, but specifically for students who, number one, who need it, but number two, who are very motivated and very, sort of gung-ho about becoming a massage therapist, because the trick is, because it takes longer, if we set up your unique progression plan to, let's say, have you complete the program from start to finish in 3 years, right, which is possible to do that, but if it takes you that long, the trick is when you graduate and you go to take your licensing test, you're having to remember information from 3 years ago, right? And so if you do this unique progression plan, you have to really be diligent and sort of disciplined about making sure that you're studying all along the way, right? Even the information from classes that you've already completed, because you're going to have to get tested on that at the very end, right? And so the licensing test covers information from across the entire program. And so if you took 3 years to complete the program, and then you go to take your licensing test, you're having to remember little pieces of information from 3 years ago. that can be problematic sometimes. So it's really important that if you wanted to try to set up this unique progression plan, that you would understand you need to really be diligent about making sure that you're studying even completed information all along the way before you graduate. So if you're interested in talking about that, contact me and we can talk about what that might look like. So what do you do to get started? So the general requirement is you have to be at least 18 years of age by the first day of class. So if you turn 18 the day before the first day of class, then you are good to go. or if you're of course older than that, we love what the college often refers to as non-traditional students, and folks who have come back and are looking for a new career, or a shift in what they do for their for a living, and folks in that position often make really good massage therapists because they have some life experience, and oftentimes have got really good motivation to do a really good job in school, and become a really great massage therapist. So you got to be at least 18 by the first day of class. That's the first step. The actual program admissions process, we have two stages of program acceptance. There's what's called conditional program acceptance, and once you have that, you're eligible then to enroll in the 1 week long introduction course. It's called Introduction to Massage Therapy, and that is a 1 week long it's set up as a prerequisite to get into the rest of the program. So you got to pass that 1 week long class before your other classes before you're able to register for the rest of the classes of the first semester. So to get that conditional program acceptance that makes you eligible to enroll in that prerequisite course, you need to, number one, enroll as a Harper College student. That's the first most important piece, right? And there's a online application that you would fill out to become a Harper student. And what you would want to make sure that you're applying for is to use the credit course application, right? So you're going to be taking courses that earn you college credits, right? So it's a credit course application that you fill out. And if you email me, I will send you a waiver code. There's normally a $25 application fee to fill out that Harper College student application. Send me an email and ask for the waiver code, and I will be happy to send you the waiver code to save you the money on that application fee. So once you have that done, then you can complete a Harper massage therapy program application, and there's no fee for that one. That's just a simple online form. And then email a picture you can either snap a picture of it on your phone or run it through a scanner, and just email that picture to me of a government issued photo ID. So that can be a driver's license, a state ID, a passport card, military ID, a green card, Illinois FOID card, any kind of government issued ID that has your photograph, and it also needs to have your date of birth, and just email that in to me. And those are the first three pieces of the program admissions process. So once you get those three done, I then send in an email to our registrar's office, who puts codes onto your account to make it possible for you to enroll in the Introduction to Massage Therapy course. So once that piece is done, you can launch into the full program admissions process. And once you've taken the introduction course and completed that, successfully passed that course, then you can do this early if you want to. You can do this before you take the intro class if you want to, and we'd encourage you to do that, just because it sometimes can take a little bit of time. But what we have to get is a copy of either an official high school transcript, or if you've completed 60 or more college credits, either at Harper or at other colleges or universities, and it can be a combination of colleges or universities if you've been to several. That's fine, as long as it adds up to 60 or more, on your transcripts, then that's what we need. If there's any kind of issue with being able to get a transcript, either from your high school or colleges, just send me an email. We have a couple ways that we can work around this. If you went to high school outside of the United States, or if you went to a high school that has now closed, or if you completed high school through a GED program or homeschooling or something like that, where getting a transcript would be a problematic endeavor, send me an email, because we have some workarounds for that. But if you did go to high school here in the U.S., or if you've completed 60 or more college credits, it's usually just a matter of contacting that school or schools and asking them to send an official transcript directly to Harper College, and we'll get that in your admissions file with the admissions office, and then that's all there is to that. We need to have you complete a background check. through the Harper College Police Department. This is a two-step process that's described in, there's a separate shorter video that is about the admissions process, but this is just sort of a real brief overview of it. But it's a two-step process to do this background check. You pay an online fee as step number one, and then you go into the Harper College Police Department office and fill out an authorization form that authorizes them to do your background check, and then that's the two steps, and then they run your background check, and it usually takes about 2 weeks to get the results in. But so you want to get that rolling as soon as you can. When you decide that you're going to go forward with this, you want to get that background check going as soon as possible. And then the fee for that background check, I think, is $20. So it's not gigantic, but just a quick online fee. And there's links that you'll be able to access on the admissions checklist that we can either email to you or you can find on our website. The final requirement is if you have taken credit classes at Harper before. If you're a current Harper student or a former Harper student, it could be even 20 years ago, but if you've taken classes for credit at Harper before, you need to have a 2.0 GPA. If your GPA is below 2.0, specifically at Harper, it doesn't mean you can't come here. It just means that we need to meet and set up a GPA, we call it a GPA action plan, where you and I sit down and talk about what steps are you going to take in your classes here in the massage therapy program that you're going to do differently from what you did in your previous classes. And then we'll have you sit down with the academic advising office and just go through that plan, and they'll make sure that you're aware of all the different support mechanisms that are available to you at the school to really help you, be able to find success. And that step, that academic advisor meeting, is available to anybody, whether you have a GPA with Harper or not, or if you do and it's above 2.0, you can still meet with the academic advisor. I'd recommend that you do that if you're able to, because it can be a really helpful step to find out all the resources that are available to you at Harper that you're paying for as a Harper student. So you might as well take advantage of them and really give yourself the best shot at being successful. All right. So if you don't have a GPA, if you've never taken classes at Harper ever, then this step is already complete for you because you don't have a GPA at Harper. So this one would be all done. That final step is just for students who've taken classes through Harper in the past. So there's more details on that again on all these steps in the shorter admissions steps video that is available on several places on our department website. So if you have questions, here is my email address, jmiller4@harpercollege.edu, and my office phone number is 847-925-6076. If I'm not in the office when you call, please leave a message and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching this video and for your interest in the massage therapy profession and the massage therapy program at Harper College. So here's just a real quick reference slide for those images that we used, as well as a link to the website for the Bureau of Labor Statistics if you wanted to dig into those details a little bit further. All right. Thanks everybody again for attending, and I look forward to hearing from you and look forward to working with you. All right.